So this tiny town, East Gippsland, called Woodside, it stands hugely important in Australian history. This is where one of the first wells of a company called Woodside was put down, and later they became the largest company in Australia. They're still, if you have any stocks and shares at all or any superannuation, you would have invested in Woodside Petroleum. It had about a third of the national debt of Australia, largest project in the world, the largest unsecured loan ever in the history of the world, put together, Northwest Shelf and all that sort of stuff. Incredible. Now it's just this tiny town with about, I don't know, 20 houses in it. You can see it around me. It's also interesting that this is the Kunai Nation. We've moved out from the nations over in Melbourne, sorry. And the key thing about that is, if you remember Mount Macedon, Mount Wilhelm, the greenstone axes there, they're able to trace those things all the way up to Queensland. They were traded, but they were never traded. They haven't found any over this side, and it's closer, obviously, than Queensland. So they've found nothing on the east of Victoria. And why is that? Well, when they landed here, when Batman landed here, in about 1838, there was a massive civil war that had gone on for generations here in this area. They were clubbing each other, killing each other across the southern parts of Victoria, and so they can tell by the greenstone axes that nothing in that time when they were producing greenstone axes came across to the east. They all went up to the north. Because there was no trade across the border, a bit like, I guess, Russia, Ukraine now. So that's another really interesting fact about this place, because everybody believes everybody was singing Kumbaya down here, but they weren't. They were all fighting each other, just like they do in Europe and just like other places of the world. Just over to on the western side here, behind me is the Tara. What do they call it? Tara Bulga National Park, and that's where the giant trees were. Now, these trees were over 112 meters tall. It's way taller than the General Sherman and stuff over on the west coast of the US. Now, they were 60 meters high, straight shafts, unbelievable, great logging timber, and as a result, pretty much the whole lot was logged apart from a small little forest, which is kept as a national park. We've got to keep motoring because we're hitting fireworks at about 2 hours up from here. So we're going to keep motoring up and not stop at the national park. But a beautiful, incredible history to this place, which is now seems like really quiet. And it just shows you how quickly things can go from nothing to boom, which is the exciting way of looking at stuff.